Do you know how mad you would have been if I would have done that?
That's a whole different story.
No.
I've been pissed.
You would have been, do you know how much work I have to do? Can't believe you.
I love you.
Hey, good morning, guys. We're still here in Vietnam, and we got something to just share with you.
If you're looking for a really funny video, you're going to be disappointed. But
Not
this
today.
is real life. Today is just one of those days when you have to deal with problems. And problems are a thing that happens in nomad life. Plans get canceled, you have to make adjustments and change, and just things go wrong. So today we're dealing with problems, but it's helpful for you to see and know, I think, so we hope you'll stick around and watch. So I'm not gonna lie, last night I had a bit of a meltdown over all the problems to deal with because I kind of procrastinate these things and like stack them all up onto one day, and then it's hard because I'm busy with editing and things like that, and it's hard to take a whole day out to just solve all the stuff that you just want to avoid. I'm sure you all do it in your life, right? So maybe it's just me. Anyways, things happen and things get canceled. So we had a cruise that was booked real tight in between two other cruises, and Margaritaville changed this cruise from a 2-day cruise to a 4-day cruise. So there's no way we can do 4 days. So our only other choice was to lose our money or move it to a different spot. So we found a different spot, but that necessitates canceling 2 hotel reservations, actually 3 hotel reservations, and making 2 new ones because of changes in dates. It messed up the flights that we were taking to go see all of our kids. It just messed up a lot of things. And so today I'm dealing with the fallout of all those things. I got it rebooked, but I'm rebooking hotels. Now I have that 4-day gap that we have to find a hotel in Fort Lauderdale. That's a pain because I was booking like free stays 1 night at a time, which was no big deal, but 4 days, now we need like a kitchen to not spend too much on restaurants and things like that. So I had kind of found one. I apologize for all the noise in the background. I had found like an apartment type thing, but that was gonna cost us almost $500. So I started thinking about it and realizing IHG gives you 4th night free on your bookings. We've loved Staybridge Suites in the past in Washington. So I looked for one. I found one near the Fort Lauderdale airport, and amazingly, it even has a free shuttle clear to the cruise port. So that's great because we're arriving from the cruise port and leaving from the cruise port. And it not only has a kitchenette, but it also has free breakfast and free happy hours for 3 of the nights that we're there. So that's food and drink. So, you know, that all turned out really nice. We're paying for our 2 Princess cruises with AARP gift cards because that saves us 8%, which is significant when you're looking at thousands of dollars. So when you're overseas, AARP rewards will not let you sign in using a VPN, and they will not let you sign in outside of the US. So that's not so good for us. So luckily our daughter was able to get up early one morning and do it for me on her computer as I walked her through it. I really appreciate it because that's the 2nd time she's done that for me. And today I have to check the balances on all of them and then send them to our cruise travel agent so that she can use them to pay for our cruises. But that is a great savings. Another travel hassle that I'm trying to work through today. I've looked at it multiple times now and it's just so frustrating. So I keep coming back to it. So here's the thing. Our cruise gets into Long Beach on November 5th. We are meeting a couple of our kids up in Paso Robles the next day, and they're gonna drive us to the valley where a lot of our family lives. I thought we could just take an Amtrak straight up there, and I could have sworn that last time I checked it, there was one going out in the afternoon, but as I'm checking it now, there is only one that is virtually impossible for us to make it there after getting in that morning in LA. Even if we could have made it, it would have been $150 in Amtrak tickets total plus an Uber. Our other option is to fly, which is $150 each to get up there, and only carry-on bag, which, you know, probably would work, but we're trying to bring home a few gifts and things, so I'm just not sure about that. And we still also have to have an Uber to get to that airport. So a third option is to get an Uber to that Long Beach airport and rent a car one way, which actually at this point is looking like the cheapest option. Might be able to get that for around $100, but I need to check in more to the drop-off fee because it's going one way. Honestly, we probably should have gone straight to the valley and not stopped at the wine country. But we have a free night to use, and I wanted to use it, and we wanted to spend some time with our son and his wife, and they like to go wine tasting. So, I don't know. These are just the dilemmas, and you just keep working the problem until you finally find a solution, and then you book it before you forget, because otherwise you have to come back and work through it all again, which I have worked through this now more than once, so that was my mistake. And speaking of cancellations, so as I think I might have mentioned the other day, I booked a companion pass on Alaska Airlines. And so Tim and I have 2 routes using companion passes, which is a great deal on Alaska Airlines if you have their credit card and can get a companion pass. But we have one set of flights that goes kind of from Thanksgiving through early December. We see our kids in like multiple states. And then we have another set of flights that is in February. And that set has not worked out well for trying to book it because of where we need to go. And I'm gonna have to do 2 other separate flights to get to a different kid who's moving and to get to our son in New York. But already Alaska has changed the itinerary on both of those circuits of multiple flights, multiple times. And that's the problem with Alaska Airlines. Tim jokes that they're probably owned by Cambodia Airlines, which changes their flights every day. So, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out these problems. So it's hard to know how to book hotels when your flights keep changing. One of them just changed to an overnight flight. So now we have to wake up in the middle of the night to change flights somewhere. Some of these things just really suck, and there's no way around them. You're flying at Christmas, you take what you can get, they change it. You don't really have a choice because you can't really get something else. It was hard to get something in the first place. So the initial trip planning is hard but fun when you're planning your trips and you get it all done. It's this kind of crap that's not fun. All the changes, all the rebookings, all that stuff, because your head's not in that game anymore. You already moved on to a different segment of your travels, and you have to go back and rework a bunch of things, and that is the part that really sucks. So just keeping it real with you guys. Now Tim's going to tell you about his own issues today.
All right, so sorry this is a lot of talking today, but it's a lot of talking today. This is the realism of YouTube. This is the realism of Nomad Travels. As Kathy has her issues, I have my own. So we have a YouTube video that I've been working on probably for the last week. Getting everything all put in, edited, spliced, all the fun stuff. Went to upload it yesterday into YouTube. YouTube was kind enough to send me back a message saying it could not be monetized because of copyrighted music in it. I have now edited and changed my music and cut out everybody else's music 3 different times. They're still sending me the same red flag. So I'm trying to find where this problem is.
Yeah, the problem is because of background music that happens, huh?
That happens quite often. And again, this is, you know, a 20+ minute video, so there's little phases and snippets of background stuff that I've got to just kind of work through. So that's what I'm doing, unlike the kids who just jumped in the swimming pool. Little jelly, not gonna lie, I want to jump in. But first I'm gonna get this editing done.
And we even had to ask them to turn off the music here so that it wouldn't be in the background so we wouldn't get flagged. And we're not monetized yet, we should say, but we're hoping to become monetized. So please subscribe. We need subscribers in order to get monetized and make, you know, $1 an hour. So if you remember me a couple weeks ago, really, complaining about how I ran out of Blistex and I can't find it anywhere in the world, this is the solution I came across. In Malaysia, I got some of this, which is not bad, and I'm using it. So this morning at breakfast, Kim, one of the girls here, she brought me one of these, and she says, "Is this yours? Because I found it, and it says made in Germany." So I asked our German guest if it was theirs, and it wasn't. I just saw it on your table. Is this yours? I hadn't even noticed I lost it, but that's how great the service is here, right? I mean, crazy. I had also lost my sarong and didn't even realize it, and she found that too.
Now, we are making a huge assumption that it is actually hers. It could be somebody else's. That'd be gross.
The odds are very tiny. There's not that many people here. What are the odds someone uses this?
No, I'm just poking fun.
And I think I did lose one. I just didn't know if I lost it in the room or what. So I stocked up because I got to make it home.
Oh, we got chapstick coming out our ears.
It's not chapstick. I don't do chapstick.
Okay, we got Seabamed. I want to go to the beach too.
I want to go have fun. Last night at dinner, we were like, we just want to have the nomad life we dreamed of, where we have time to do stuff and have fun. Because sometimes you just don't. Sometimes you have to do the stuff of life, and you can't get away from that. No matter where you go, the stuff of life.
It happens.
It happens, and it takes precedence over fun and relaxation.
Yep.
So we've been working all day, and we decided to try this restaurant right next door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, this wonton soup is the best thing ever. It's so flavorful. Oh,
great flavor, but heck of hot.
Super yummy sausage in it. This is fantastic. I can't believe we haven't tried this place before. We have some fish and chips coming too. You know, there is a little bit of mosquitoes tonight though, for the first time since we've been here.
I've killed 3.
I wonder if it's because we've had a whole bunch of rain all of a sudden.
Maybe.
Like it hasn't rained during the day, but the last two or 3 nights we've had rain. Maybe that's creating them. I mean, not that it can create mosquitoes, but
It's magical rain.
I don't know, maybe bringing them out somehow or something. Anyways, do you like your soup?
Oh, I love it. It's
Oh
just
my gosh, it's so good. I might become addicted to this soup.
Temperature-wise, it is very hot and hard to eat.
Yeah, but not spicy at all.
Mm-mm.
But it's nicely seasoned.
Yeah. All right, this is Kathy's workstation, and what's the good news?
I think I can get us a car for about $81 from Long Beach Airport. That is the cheapest option. And in fact, probably the easiest for us. Then we can get around, you know, however we want. California is not a good place for mass transport. It's just not. Okay, so sometimes these things turn out to have silver linings, because we're discussing what time we should pick up the car, because the ship supposedly gets in at 9 a.m. And I said, oh, well, Tim said maybe noon. And I said, oh, then if we have a car, we could go get Supermax. So this is like one of our all-time favorite restaurants in the whole world. We actually met at Long Beach State, and I grew up in Costa Mesa, so these are our stomping grounds, right, baby?
Uh-huh.
And we have our restaurants we like, and our favorite Mexican food, which is the thing I'm craving the most about coming back to the U.S., our very favorite Mexican food place is Supermex in Long Beach. And if we're taking mass transport, we cannot go. But if we have a car, you know, sometimes the thing that seems like it would be most expensive turns out to be the cheapest thing and comes with a silver lining. So not all of these travel challenges turn out bad. Sometimes they turn out better than what you're expecting.
And there's a saying in problem solving, it's work the problem, work the problem, work the problem.
That's what I'm doing, and I will take a win whenever I can get one.
Woohoo!
On to the next problem. Okay, so today, no, I did not get everything done. I feel like a big old failure as usual. So,
I stole her away.
Anyways, I'm gonna finish tomorrow. Okay, interesting fact. Renting a car one way each time is the cheapest
way.
Like even to go down to the cruise terminal in San Diego, which we then would have had to pay like, I don't know how much, $30, $40 a day to park probably. Just the car rental alone for like 11 or 12 days was going to be $678. No freaking way, right? One way each time came out to a total of $150.
Oh yeah.
Which is cheaper than one plane ticket. Now granted, one of the plane tickets is on December 22nd on a Saturday, so I'm sure that's relevant.
That may have something to do with it, yeah.
Yeah, even Alaska gets great deals like that, and I think they're about $50 each way, even when they have a super special. So it still would be $200 for the two of us.
Are they owned by Cambodia Air?
And so I got 2 one-way car rentals, but had to go to Fresno. Driving around California, if you don't leave the state, might be the cheapest way.
Well, it depends, because you're going to pay $5 a gallon in gas too. So
Amtrak was half buses, half trains, and now it's going to take 12 hours.
Oh dear
and
Lord!
Cost more than the car.
Dear Lord, it's only a 3.5-4 hour car ride. Yeah, no.
To San Diego?
Oh no, not San Diego. It's LA.
On the Saturday before Christmas, trying to come back.
It may be a 15-hour drive.
It might be, but we have a car till the next morning, so
good thing.
Okay. If it takes 24
we won't get there
hours,
until the next morning.
Anyways, that's what we did. So the last step really is I need to match TripIt to my kind of handwritten calendar that I keep in my digital thing on my iPad. So I'll film that a little bit tomorrow when I do it, just to show you kind of what it looks like, because actually today, embarrassed to say this, when I went into TripIt to try to fix some things that were canceled and try to delete the canceled pieces of the trip, I accidentally deleted the whole trip of one of the segments.
So I would like to point out, this is the first time I'm hearing of this.
So I had to go and find all the elements of that trip and forward all the itineraries to TripIt to recreate it. It was only for like 6 weeks of time. It wasn't that much stuff.
Only 6 weeks of travel. Is there a particular reason why you didn't tell me?
Did it matter? I was grumpy. Didn't that say something?
This explains why she was so mad at me. Okay.
This was today. I wasn't mad at you. I was mad at you last night, not today.
Okay.
Anyways.
It's time for us to say goodnight, Gracie.
It's really good to have a backup in case, you know. I have multiple backups, so it wasn't hard to recreate, but I'm just saying I compare things to make sure I have it multiple places, because I'm a little stupid. That's why.
You are not stupid. You are just mentally impaired.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, John Boy.